Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show. Happy Friday. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. And thank you so much for being with us here on this Friday, May 1st. Happy May Day, everybody. Say hello to my producer. I'm in Studio A with Mr. GP. How you doing?
What's up, everybody?
Having a good time, enjoying. I'm in this room with two of my sons, so that's pretty awesome. It doesn't happen every day, so I'm excited about today. So thank you for being here. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to our channel. And also, if you're on Facebook, you can also like our page there if you like to watch on Facebook. Happy to be here with you. Of course, it's live, so you can ask us questions. We already see where you're tuning in from, so tell everybody hi. We've got some people from, South Africa, Germany. I saw London check in.
Scotland, Sweden, worldwide today.
Worldwide today. And I also saw some Oklahoma City and Illinois and everywhere else. Somebody's on a plane watching. I saw, Brenda, you were on a plane watching us. And that's awesome. Just be careful. Just be careful. You can get away with it. So great to have you here. Make sure you send us some thumbs up and hearts throughout the show. And like I said earlier, ask us any questions. We got a packed show today. We're going to reveal to you our bundle club for this month. And, April. It was shipped on April 20th. So most of you that are subscribed have already had it for a while. And we're going to check in to the Fabric and Fiber Craft Festival in Chicago, in Rosemount, and Mr. HP is there. But before that, we have to give a little toast. We have to give a little toast. On Fridays, we celebrate. And because today is National Sauvignon Blanc Day, I thought that was perfect because one of my favorite things to make when I'm expecting more, company, a big company, is a sangria. So this is a sangria using Sauvignon Blanc. Or any other white wine. It's better with Sauvignon Blanc because it's a little drier. And so this is just a typical white sangria. There's a peach in there, green apple, strawberries, and lemon. Let that sit in a little bit of orange liqueur, and then you add the wine and a little bit of sparkling water. You can add more sweetener if you want. You can do maple syrup or agave. If you don't feel like it's sweet enough, you can also pretty much add any fruit. So easy to do, and perfect for Mother's Day coming up next weekend. If you're hosting, make a sangria. Great kind of make ahead type of a batch drink. So cheers. Happy Friday to everybody. Mr. GP, I know you're not a sangria drinker much.
Not necessarily, no.
And this one, you said it reminds you of yogurt.
That's what it tastes like.
I think it's the white wine with the fruit that is reminding you of yogurt.
I don't really
I thought
ever
that was
drink
pretty
wine
funny.
in general, but.
But on the set today, I have a Gina quilt behind me. And Mr. GP, you have, what do you have behind you? You have Hope. You have to go to full screen. It's two of you.
This is Hope.
I love it. So both of these are made with our bundle club that we're going to introduce you to in a little bit. But before that, do you have a quote of the day, sir? Our producer always provides a quote on Fridays. So what's your quote, Mr. GP?
Well, can you hear me now? I realized my mic wasn't on for a little bit there. My quote of the day today, after last night, is Wolves back.
Oh, you got to show your shirt. Timberwolves won last night against all odds.
Sorry, Denver.
But knocked Denver out of the playoffs. Congrats, Wolves. That was tough with 4 of our starters out, or at least 2 main starters. Yes, it's hard, but amazing job. I unfortunately fell asleep and missed the ending.
Of course you did.
I tried really hard.
You had a long day.
I had a really long day. But other interesting days today, of course, May Day. It is National Space Day, and it is also National Mother Goose Day. And you said something really funny. So his nickname is Geese or Goose. And he said, we're going to be doing the show here, Mother and Goose.
That's right.
It is National Mother Goose Day. And perfect time to do that. National Chocolate Parfait Day. Chocolate parfait. Isn't that just like a, I mean, it kind of is like a sundae, but probably not served with ice cream. I don't even know what.
I've only heard of a yogurt parfait.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anything chocolate works for me. National Loyalty Day. I don't really know what that is about, but loyalty is important. And Global Love Day. Yes, we like that. We like that a lot. So I think, should we go to Mr. HP Live? Is he there?
Let's go.
To check in with the crew at the show.
Let's see.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, everybody. Let me put my headphones in so I can hear them.
Check a 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check a 1 2.
We can hear you.
Yes, here we are, folks, at the GE booth here at the Fabric Craft Festival. Is that what it is?
Fiber and Fabric Craft Festival.
And there's Nancy.
Hi,
and
Nancy.
There's Michael. Yes, we are here just having a great time. I drove 6 hours yesterday. Got all the stuff here. Michael and Nancy, we all set up. It went smoothly. Got it all set up and ready for today's show, and here we are.
Make sure they know that I already bought something.
Michael and I already bought something. Nancy,
What?
you bought anything yet?
I know what I'm gonna buy.
You're not
We already
going to
scoped
shop.
it out. Listen, it's not just quilts here. It's fabric and fiber.
Okay, are you going to
So-
become a knitter next? Is that
We
it?
found some fiber that we want.
Like natural fiber to eat? Or no?
Well, no, we're not going to eat it. We're going to wear it.
Have
That
you
kind
met
of
any of
fiber.
our friends in the booth? Have you seen any of our people come by yet?
We've seen a lot of people come by and say hi to Mr. HP.
Okay.
Here's Mr. HP.
Okay.
It's so wonderful when they know us, but we don't really know them. But we get to know them because we see their names a lot.
That's great.
So that's what's great about that. You put the name with the faces. So
That's
it's,
awesome. Okay, so what's the number of the booth? Where should people come find us? In
we are
Rosemont?
1829. 1829. Yes, we're right across from Innova and Nietzsche. Yeah, it's pretty simple to find. It's really big here.
Okay, love it.
1829. Come see us.
So
Come
if
see us.
anybody's watching that is going to check out the show, make sure you find 1829. I am getting on a plane right after this show, and Jody with me, so we will be there tomorrow.
Oh, now we can see you. Okay, there you go.
We will be there tomorrow.
You'll be here tomorrow. Yep, and we'll continue the fun. Come on by our booth, say hi to Michael and Nancy and I and Penny. And yeah.
Awesome.
Can we see the booth?
And guess what we got here? We got some new mats available.
Yeah.
Yes. They were able to
Come on
get
by.
the wool pressing mats in there.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, can you show us the booth again? A little bit?
Okay, we'll start here.
Mm-hmm.
And going around to our patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Let me turn it. Sorry.
Nice, lots of
Oh,
great fabrics.
hi. Sorry.
Are you Mr. H?
I am Mr. HP. So popular here. We're so popular.
Yes, you are.
And Penny's right over here.
Awesome. Love that. Oh, there's some people.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I want to get one of those shirts. I like that. Oh.
And we got some videos rolling.
And there you are. Huh?
You got some videos rolling in the booth?
I will be once I stop from being live.
Okay. Sounds good. So we'll be sharing lots
Yes.
more from the show. for
We'll
sure.
share lots more. I'll do my walk around once my microphone and stuff gets here, and I'll do a walk around and show everybody
Are you
the,
going to go live?
all the booths.
Impromptu?
I'll go live. We'll go live.
Awesome. Awesome.
Or do a pre-record, something. I'll give you something to look at.
Sounds great. Well, thank you for checking in with us. We will see you tonight.
See you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, folks. Good luck. Awesome. That was fun. It's actually always fun to get to these shows that we have for the consumers because we get to see their faces. We usually only see their names on our shows.
So good to see all our people.
I know. With that being said, we are also going to be staying in Chicago for the H&H show, which is the trade show. So meeting with our shop owners and partners, distributors, all those things, and we're excited for that. So if you are a shop owner coming to H&H, our booth number is 1028. Same as actually past 2 years. 1028 and 29. So that's our booth. You see it there on the map. Yes, great. And yeah, we're excited for that show too. Now, let's dive right into our show and tell. We kind of skipped it to be able to check in with them live from the show. So here is our Your Quilts that you've submitted to our Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook. And we chose 10 wonderful ones to share with you today. Starting with this amazing Quinn quilt, which is from the Stripology Quickies book. This is from Donica. Love the colors, really nice and bright and fun. And I love the pink accent and purple. Pink and purple can never go wrong. Beautiful job on that one. Brightens up the whole area. Next up is an Aurora quilt made by Laura. I love this one. She tweaked it a little bit. She kind of, instead of having the background between the arches, she added more fabric, and I love how a continuous arch that is. That's a beautiful job, Laura, and unique colors too. And I think she made this from like a photo that she had. Matched the colors to the photo. Beautiful. Aurora is in our Quilts of Iceland, the pattern. And then we have Holly quilt made by Kim. That is gorgeous. I love the neutral colors with just the touches of blue, some taupe in there. That's really pretty, Kim, and it's a large.
That's a
quilt,
big one.
Yeah, that quilt will look so great on a big bed. Pretty awesome. Next up is Dangerous, made by Cheryl. That's a really fun version, adding some different background colors into it. And how fun is that? She looks like she used a lot of scraps with all that scrappy border and sashing, but really a really fun quilt. That's a really gorgeous one. And look at that tree in the background. So pretty. Thank you for sharing that, Cheryl. That was our project last year on Tipsy Tuesday. And next up is Kathy. She made this Haldora quilt, another large version. So this one is again in the Quilts of Iceland. I love this one. This one is very similar to the one I made originally. There's lots of fun colors. And looks really cool to put on a bed too. Awesome job, Kathy. Next up is Lori with her supersized Amelie quilt, just a little baby one, but really sweet. I love that purple accent with the pink and green and blue, and just added a little border. That's perfect. Great job, Lori. And we have a Sky Full of Stars made by Sharon. So lots of these horizontal panels coming out now, so you can easily turn the quilt sideways. Perfect to hang up or to drape over a couch that way. So Sharon made this one with the buffalo in the center. How cool is that? Super cool.
I really like that one.
Yeah. And then next up is Mia, made by Susan. This Mia quilt is in the Quickies book as well. I love these colors. Like, that's a classic. All kinds of shades of blue, a little bit of gray, and then the tan in there really gives it such a warm and cozy feel. Beautiful job. And then we have from Pamela. She finished her strip and dip from our strip along last year. Really fun one and gorgeous quilting. Love the quilting on this. So great job, Pamela. Wow. Beautiful quilts today. Thanks everybody for sharing and keeping coming in Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook. So next up, we are going to show you our choice, or my choice, for Goody's Bundle Club April edition. So this subscription is quarterly. So for a year, you get sent a full 12-piece half-yard bundle, plus a wonderful booklet with quilts that we've made from these patterns, inspiration, pairings, and all kinds of fun stuff. They come in January, April, July, and October. And we're coming up on 3 years, I do believe. 3 or 4. Maybe 4. No, 3. Probably 3. So we're excited for this one for April. So we're going to just play you the whole reveal video, show you the quilts, and talk about it all afterwards. So check it out. Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. In this video, I'm excited to introduce you to our April selection for our Goody's Bundle Club. The bundle that we picked for April, it's called Peony Blossoms. This month's selection is called Peony Blossoms by Wilmington Prints. This line is created by Pooja Umrani, who owns the Lakeside Art Studio. She's a self-taught watercolor artist and surface pattern designer who has licensed her art to be featured in different mediums and now on fabric. Now, the things I fell in love with this collection is its soft palette of pinks, teals, and yellows, and some fresh whites, and I felt like they just scream spring. There's a little bit of gold detailing that adds a little subtle elegance, and glittering dots and charming swatches bring variety and texture. I wanted this month's club really to feel like a walk through a garden where you almost smell those blossoms. Let's take a look at the fabrics. Starting with our big main print, main floral. There's a fresh white background to this, so it really makes those flowers stand out. I love the roses, and then the different textures, different colors, peach and pink. A little bit of yellow and those gold accents makes this so pretty. And that dark green really enhances and makes those colors shine. So this first print is actually called, I'm going from the bottom, if you're looking at your page in the booklet that comes with our collection every month, this is going to be the bottom one, Peony Blossoms Packed Florals. The next one was really fun. I really fell in love with this one as well. This is called Peony Blossoms Swatches White Pink. So it's like a little paint swatches. And so we have the teal and the pink, and then just a little bit of that gold in between. A really fun geometric print that gives this collection a little bit of a modern feel. Then we go into this beautiful tone-on-tone leaves. It's called Tossed Leaves in the pink. And I really love that it has that kind of watercolor background, so that it's varying from light to dark, and it gives a lot of dimension and movement to this print. And then our third pink print is very light. This is Peony Blossoms Tossed Flowers in pink. And so you can see all the colors represented in there. We have the peach and the dark pink, the light pink, and of course those greens with the leaves. Then I threw in this basic color here. This is Dry Brush Dots in the soft yellow. Dry Brush is also manufactured by Wilmington Print, so the tone of this was perfect. I wanted it to give something a little bit lighter yellow to kind of have more variety and more movement. And then the next one after that is the Tossed Leaves in the yellow, so same as our pink here. And then our third kind of a basic calm print. This one is really fun. This is called the Glitter Dots Yellow. Now, it is not metallic, even though it almost appears like it is. And I think this gives such whimsy and fun to the prints. Just a mottled texture in the back with those glitter dots. Then we have our fourth yellow print. This one is called Flowers and Gold Yellow. So you will see that gold represented in the line drawn flowers on the background. It's a little bit of the dots carrying through as well, and then those gorgeous pink and peach flowers on top. Then we go into our teal section. it's almost a very light teal. So I would call this more almost mint or seafoam color. So this one is called Bouquet Toss Teal. So this is these bouquets or bushels of flowers together. It gives a nice spacing where that light teal comes through in between. And I love how they did with the artwork. It doesn't feel repetitive. It's very twisted up and fun. So then we have the glitter dots again in the teal. Very fun on that teal color, just a tad bit darker than this base print, so gives another dimension. And then we have these swatches in the white and teal. So the same as we have in the pink, but with a teal, and then adding in this beautiful olive green with the gold swatches. And then finally, we have the tossed flowers in the teal, which is the top fabric in the stack there in your booklet. And this again has this more spaced out, a little bit smaller floral, not so busy. And so it just all works so well together. Now I did, of course, a little fabric pull. So as we always have here in the booklet, these are great coordinates that play really well with a bundle, and some of them we even used for our quilts. We're going to start from the left side with pulling out that dark green. So we have Hema and the Lichen Mallard. This, of course, matches perfectly with those darkest greens. So I started there. And a little bit lighter option would be Canvas Pine Needle. So it has a little bit more of an olive tone to it. So some of the other leaves are a little bit lighter that way. Going into our teals, I start with the darkest. This one is Stash Stitches in the teal. And as you can see, those darkest teal strips will have this same tone. And then going into some of the lighter ones, we have Stash Triangles in the mint. And I like that it has a little bit of white in it because it just matches perfectly. And as you can see in some of our prints, we have some white in the background. So it looks really nice and fresh. For a little bit different tone, we have the Thatched Aqua. So it has more of that green, a little bit darker than that first one. So a very nice tone as well, has more, like I said, that minty tone. And then we're gonna go into our pinks, starting with Toscana Hibiscus, a really fresh, deep pink color and bright. And I like that because this is gonna really do well as your focus. It's darker than a pink, so it stands out from them, even though it works really well with them. So I just love a little pop of color like that. And the second one I chose is Canvas Lipstick. So this one is also a lighter tone, a little bit lighter tone, more warmer. So it has a little bit more yellow in it, and it is a beautiful match with the rest of them. For some lighter pinks, I went with Grunge Parfait, a nice texture. It has a little bit of a yellowish tone to it too, so a little peach. So that works really well. And then I did Dry Brush Light Coral. So for that lightest tone of pink, this is perfect match there. So it really tones well with those lightest values in the line. Going into the yellows, I went with Serenity Yellow. Again, a yellow that has a lot of white mixed into it, and it just feels so good in here. And a little bit lighter tone, I went with Surface Design Sunlight. So still very, very subtle, nothing too bright, but feels like it belongs. For the two backgrounds, something almost white, not quite. It's not a pure white here, so I went with Bumbleberries White, is a great option. And then a second one would be Grunge Soft Clear Water. Has just a little bit of gray, a little bit of cream mixed in. And so either one of those are going to be a great option for that light color. Now, we have some 1 yards available for some of these prints. So we have the pink palette, also the teal palette. And we have that in 3-yard cuts as well. We have the main print here in the white, and then also the floral bouquets in the teal. So those are all available. And again, like I said, we have them in 3-yard cuts as well if you're interested in doing something that needs a border, maybe bindings or even backings. So let's take a look at the quilts that we have made with this collection. We are starting with our Hope quilt. Now Hope is a single pattern and uses 10-inch squares and then 2.5-inch strips that can be scrappy or with an accent color. And we use this gorgeous, gorgeous pink. For that accent, we used Toscana hibiscus, and we use that also for the binding. So what's really interesting to me, all the rest of the fabrics are in this print. When you add that pink as the accent, it really warms up the whole of the other colors. So it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous print. We actually used for the backing, we used the confetti and the matinee, which is a really, really fun. This is a 108, really, really fun with all those colors, nice and soft and just so fun for spring. So we will show you some of the quilting patterns closer up here, but this one used the Drunken Feathers. Next quilt we made was the Amelie supersized. And what's really interesting looking at this one, just because there's a different accent color, we used a green, it takes on a whole different feel. So that's where you pull out some of those yellows and it really softens the darker pinks. And it just is such a harmonious feel. You really stand out that, those pinwheels really stand out with that accent color. And that was the Hema Lichen in the mallard. It looks really good and just really tones and cools things down. Really love how that turned out. For the backing, we used another 108 called Aura Watercolor Fuchsia. It has, of course, lots of pinks, just a little bit of gold and yellow in there. And that was a really fun pink, fully pink 108 backing. For the binding, we used the swatches, white teal. What a fun way to add some geometric feel to the binding. And we just cut it straight, so it really shows really fun on the binding. You could also cut it on the diagonal for a little diagonal action. So that one was quilted with a pattern called Rippled Flowers, and we will show you the close-up here in a little bit. The third quilt we made has a totally different look because this is Gina. It is a single pattern and needs a background. So it has a variety of different cuts, 10-inch squares, 5-inch squares, and 2.5-inch strips. So we use kind of our leftovers from one of the other ones to make this one. And then the background is a beautiful bright teal. We used the Stash Stitches teal that really, really brightens up all those fabrics. It is really fun to see how they stand out so nicely. And honestly, to see the difference between the 3 quilts using the same fabrics, it really doesn't feel that way. For the backing, we used a wonderful wide back called Connections Color Story in the Multi. And so this is a really fun backing to use for something so bright and fun and colorful. For the binding, we used the other swatches in the white and pink to add a little bit of pink out to the edges of the Gina quilt and kind of tie it all together. This one was quilted with a easy orange peel, and I will show you the close-up here in a little bit. Starting off with our Hope quilt, for this one we used a pattern called Drunken Feathers. And so you'll see there's a little feather action, and then they take this hook and twist and turn. And it's a really fun pattern to use, gives you, especially for florals like this. For the color, we use a light yellow color on this one. It shows off a little bit lighter on the pink, but still not enough to really stand out too much. It's a great color for the whole collection to do kind of a soft, like a little dull yellow. Here you can see the back, and you can see the pattern more. It is a really fun one, not too big and easy to stitch out. No backtracking on this pattern. And what a fun way to have this beautiful white back that has all this color and fun. For the backing or the bobbin thread, we use just a light off gray for the backing. Moving into our Amelie supersized. These are larger blocks, and here you can see the effect of the green. For the pattern, we use a rippled flowers, a beautiful, you can see here that center, it takes that whole flower, so they almost, well, they're about the size of the block, which is sometimes a good way to determine when you are picking a pattern if you have big blocks. Now for this, we use the same thread color, this yellow, light yellow thread color, and the spacing is just perfect. It's still nice and soft. It is a bigger quilt. For the backing, here you see that pink Aura watercolor and the fuchsia, how fun it is on a bigger scale, and great for a backing that has some movement and play. Again, use just an off like a medium beige for the bobbin thread here, so it blends in very nicely. Last but not least, we have our Gina quilt. And this one has a really fun pattern. It is called Easy Orange Peel. So not really matching because they kind of overlap. So nothing too hard to match up. I know it's hard to see it. For the color that we use, it was a light teal thread color. And the spacing, the sizing on those circles, they're about, I would say, 4.5 inches or so. And you can see here on the backing, use just that same light teal for the back because it is so colorful and it really blends in everywhere perfectly. So such a super fun pattern to quilt, and also I just love this back end. It's one of my favorites. And just look how different all those fabrics look when you have that darker teal background. Now don't forget to use your coupon for this month's Bundle Club. I hope you enjoyed this inside look to our Peony Blossoms, the April selections for our Bundle Club. It is such a fresh take on spring colors and taking us right into summer fun. Now, if you're interested in subscribing to our club, you can do so, and with your first shipment comes the Peony Blossoms. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. So there it is, Peony Blossoms. So florally fun and pretty and happy. I think that's just what we want this time of year. It's not quite spring here, and you just want it to get here. Well, I mean, it's not quite spring weather-wise here in Minnesota. It's been pretty chilly this week that I've been here. But, you know, the trees are coming alive slowly and surely. So any questions on our Bundle Club? I know somebody asked if you can purchase the actual bundle without being a member of Bundle Club. Kathleen wanted to ask that. So eventually, yes. So we always hold the rest of our bundles, because if you subscribe now, you will get this shipped to you within the next, if you order or join Bundle Club in the next month and a half. And then we opened it up for just put it in on our website if we have some left. I will say this though, the Bundle Club price, if you're a subscriber, has not changed since we launched Bundle Club. Even though we all know that fabrics have gone up in price, we have kept it the same, $79.95, which is a great deal for a bundle because you get the booklet with it and everything else too, and some perks. So it is a good time to join, everybody. But yeah, the short answer is yes, but it will be later. You'll be able to purchase it on your own. Oh, tempting, Janice. I understand. Now, somebody was asking about the fabric background, wasn't it, on this one? Yeah.
Yes.
So it is part of our basics. It's called Stash Circles Teal or Stash Stitches Teal. It is from Fico Fabrics, something we carry in 1 yards all the time. So check that out. Yes, the name of the quilt is Gina. So it's a single pattern. It uses, you can use fat quarters, or you can use a mixture of 5-inch squares, 10-inch squares, and 2.5-inch strips if you want to use scraps, and then just a background. It looks great in light background, color background, all kinds of things. So really a fun, versatile pattern. Okay.
One more question.
Oh, Bundle Club is quarterly, so for a year. So it ships in January, April, on January 20th, April 20th, July 20th, and October 20th. And we never do seasonal collections. They're always collections so you can use year round. So seasonal, I mean, like it's not going to have pumpkins. It's not going to have anything Christmassy. But they are, you know, versatile. We try to mix up the styles. So it's my idea of kind of challenging you. Maybe you're kind of stuck in a certain look, and subscribing to Bundle Club breaks you out of that a little bit, because you might not be your thing when you get it in the mail, but once you see the quilts with it, once you do the pulls, most people end up really enjoying it. So check it out. Check it out if you haven't done so yet.
One more.
My question is, does the Little Package Club, Little Bundle Club fabrics ever repeated in Bundle Club? No, everything is separate. We try never to repeat it. That is the goal. And Little Bundle Club is different because it's obviously smaller pieces, so I tend to choose different types of collection for that. Nothing too big scale, because that's going to be, you know, kind of not as user-friendly. But in Little Bundle Club, that one comes to you every other month, so that is bi-monthly. Large Bundle Club is quarterly, but the bi-monthly club with the smaller things, we do include occasionally a little bit of seasonal, because those are just perfect for small quilts, table runners, and things like that. So that's the difference between the two. All right. It says lovely in person as on screen. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. It is gorgeous. It really brightens your house, I swear. Filming it, it was just lovely to have all those beautiful quilts and that fun and happy fabric in the studio. Oh, there's Mr. HP saying hello. I wanted to talk about, we did talk about this last Tuesday, but I think we got a lot of questions that I wasn't able to answer about our wool mats. So they are back in-house. We launched these before Christmas, and unfortunately we had to do a recall. Somebody asked why. The reason being the wool itself, once we started the quality testing, it really didn't stand up to our standards. So we made the decision to recall it. So some of you just wanted to hold on to everything except and get the new wool when we got it. So we have been mailing just the wool to those of you that chose that. So you should be able to swap it out. Don't send anything back to us. You don't need to do that. And then I know some of your orders that had placed an order for the mats and it got canceled, or you chose to cancel it. So now they are available back again. So let me talk about them for those of you that maybe weren't around back then when we first introduced them. So the difference in well, here's some of the challenges that I've had. I love using wool mats to press with. A few different reasons. The wool will retain the heat from your iron, and so the heat from the bottom is going to get your seams really nice and flat, because it feels like you're pressing from two different sides. And so that is the main benefit. My seams are flatter. You have to spend less time pressing. You don't need to hold your iron. It just really gets really nice and flat. It's great to take along if I was going, sewing in different places, hotel rooms, which I did a lot of here in the past, if you want to go outside. But always some challenges. So our mats come with a silicone kind of a tray. So silicone, and then the wool fits right in here. It has these little studs to stay in place. The biggest thing, if you have wool straight on a table, it's going to move around. This one does not move around. Of course, I don't recommend having your cutting mat underneath here, but what that does, so it has a couple of purposes. Keeps it in place, is really nice and sturdy, but also if you're using any kind of steam, or if there's a little bit of a condensation coming from the heat of the iron, the tray will catch that, so it does not ruin your table or damage anything. You can then pick up your mat, wipe it down, flip over your mat, and use it and let it dry on this side. So there is, of course, a care and use guide that comes with it, so you can go through that. The second thing that I didn't like about wool mats was the size. So this is a 14 by 14. We have two sizes. It's great for having like even next to your sewing machine with a little travel iron. It's perfect to press blocks, even up to 12.5-inch blocks, because the mat is 14, so it's perfect. Every other large mat that I had seen, they were always about 17-inch tall and sometimes 24 wide. And I didn't understand it because, like, most of us have worked with fat quarters or half yards. And so I wanted a mat that was larger. So it is 18.5 by 23.5, which means you can fully press a fat quarter, fully press a half yard on the big ones. So the big ones have a blue tray. I have one right here if you want to see it. And then the small one has the green. And we're very excited to have them back in stock. We've been shipping to stores as well, but they're online and they're at the show with the team. And I think they're getting some interest there. So check that out. Yes, the mats are at the show. Okay, so that you can find them there. Very excited. Any questions on our mats, Mr. GP? If people have any question?
Just wondering if they're going to be at the show. That's about it.
Exciting. Very exciting. All right. I have a brand new fabric for you today, and I think it's almost as happy as the one I just shared with you in Bundle Club. This one is called Sweet Licorice. Now, you all know that I love my licorice, but I'm particular on my licorice. In fabric form, though, I am not judgmental in what kind. This one is gorgeous. So starting with this print, this is just our background and has these really wonderful, happy, colorful flower on top of the black background. And I just absolutely love this. It is by Grace Pop for Studio E. And so lots of color on top of that black. But this is a very modern, very geometric. So I think it really, even though we have just a couple of florals, I think this could be good for anybody. Then we have this beautiful hexagon geometric print in the black with some pink on it. And then a larger hexagon print. Look at that. How fun is that? This beautiful lime green with the turquoise. It is so, so pretty.
It's kind of like the wool mats colors.
I know.
It's
That's in our logo. So it works really well for that. Another geometric. I love these little, they're like, what are they called? Tic Tacs? The shape?
Yeah.
Actually, there's a licorice candy coated licorice from like Australia that in a pinch, I will buy. And that's the shape of those. I love this. I love just the fun geometric feel of this. We have another black with kind of stitched circles. There are 10 prints in this collection. Another hexagon, so same as we had in the dark. We are moving into the more lighter colors here. And I'm just going to call this the Tic Tac fabric on the light. And that it has the pink and the turquoise and another colorway of the floral, just the light with the flowers being dark, and then the leaves are all these fun little colors.
Those two florals are my favorite.
Yeah, I just think they're so graphic and cool. We have a tone-on-tone floral, a smaller floral with just the grayscale, tossed little petals. And then finishing it off with another geometric, a really cool polka dot that has this shadowy feel to it, a gradation. And so there are the 10 prints. And pulling, yeah, very mid-century. I totally agree. vintage at the same time as being modern and fun. So let's start with the black. So I wanted to find, this is pretty much a pure black. So this is our Surface Design black. That is my go-to if I want almost a pure black with just a little texture. For the grays in here, I chose 3 styles. So we have glaze in the ash. And because this is pretty much a grayscale, so that just means there's no other hues to it. So some grays can read purple, some can read green, some can read red. This is pretty much a grayscale gray, so that means just adding white to the black. And this one is Blaze Storm Cloud, very nice for the medium grays. And then the lightest ones, as you can see, goes into the lighter grays. This is Nitty Gritty Glass. I love this. I love the texture. I think it would go really well with them all. And then, of course, for the whites, it is fairly light. It's not a pure white. There's a bit of gray in it. So I thought my Hema Pebbles Snow is perfect because it has the gray in the little pebbles. So I think that would be great. Let me put it over here so I can see better. And then the second one is Floor Elements in the Chalk. So it has the gray flowers on top of the white. So I think that either of those would be great to mix in or work in any which way. So then I chose all of the different colors. So pulling out those colors that we can use to enhance it with. And I'm going to start with the turquoise. A darker version, Floor Elements Blue Lagoon. Great for the darker turquoise. Very nice and bright. And then a second version has more hues of it. That is Bumbleberry's Chalky Blue. Very lovely mix because you have those different shades of the blue. For the pinks, I went with also a lighter version. Glaze Bubblegum has the different hues of pink, like we see here. And then for a little bit darker, Hema Knit in the Campion. Love that one for those darker feels and a little more punch. I also brought in a light blue because in these places the blue fades out. So this is Grunge Clear Water, and I thought it was perfect because it has a little bit of lime green in here too. So that is also represented. So I'm going to put that over here. And then for the lime greens, starting in the darkest, I went with Nitty Gritty and the Chartreuse. And then this one, Grunge Decadent. This was part of our color club for the Angelica, and it's the perfect color that is in here. So if you have that pack from Color Club, you will love it. And then one that reads a little more yellow, Glaze Limelight, is awesome. So any of those would make a great accent, even a background or just be a part of the blocks you decide to make. One more. I love a good stripe for bindings and things. And we have a perfect black and white stripe. It's called 1/4 inch stripe, black and white. And look how perfect that would be with this collection. I chose 2 different wide backs that would work really well with it. If you wanted to be just pretty basic, you could go with a glaze ink. That's new in our wide backs. We have some glaze colors in the wide backs. So pretty much black, gray, and little white specks. Or if you wanted a color bomb, I love this one. This is called Watercolor Wonder wide back. So it does have all those teals and turquoise, a little bit of green, and that light blue in there. So either one of those would be great with this Sweet Licorice by Grace Pop or Henry Glass.
Beautiful, beautiful bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any more fabric?
We have a new panel too. It's just on its own. It's really unique, and just because we have my panel mashup book that I did with Doug last year, people just want more and more panels to work in. So this one is so fun with the animals. And you get a lot of panels. These are 20 different ones. And it's called Mountain Splendor panel. And it is the blocks measure about 7 inches tight. You can go wider, so there is a little room to cut. So about 8-inch, 8-inch finished or smaller you can go, or you can always border them. So do you want to show the whole thing? There's a lot of different animals. Yeah, look at that. And I think no image is repeated, like exactly. And that's what's really fun with this, is that they're all so unique.
I got distracted cutting this one.
Yeah?
It's just so cool to look at.
I know, they are. And I just love the colorway, kind of a little bit abstract. You can pull some really great blues and tans to build into this, and maybe even some black. And I love this. We should just show this wolf here. Or these two wolves, the timber wolves.
That's right.
With those darker golds and browns in here, that'd be great.
It's Rudy Gobert and
it's Rudy and
TJ right there.
So Mountain Splendor panel, like I said, sold on its own. And so there it is. That's our show for today. We have, of course, one of our favorite things, announcing a winner for today. On Fridays, we choose somebody that has recently joined our mailing list, so new to our community, and hopefully will join us in more capacity than just emails. This week's winner is Sadie Hampton. She joins us from North Pole, Alaska.
Amazing.
Yay! So congratulations, Sadie. Customer service has reached out to you already for getting you that prize, but welcome to the community, and I hope you join us for watching the shows and whatever else that we have up our sleeves here at GE Designs, which you guys know there's a lot going on all the time. Such
Always.
fun. So that is it for our show. I am headed off to fly to Chicago to the Rosemont Conference Center. I'll be there for the show tomorrow. The show is open on Sunday till 4, and then I'll stay over for the H&H show. But thank you, Mr. GP. It was fun having you produce the show with me today.
Always good to be here.
Yeah, so we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sunrise shining through my sewing room, coffee brewing, fabric in bloom, stacks of color lined up clean, living out that GE dream. Rulers and steady hands, turning yardage into plans from Minnesota down to the seas. We're stitching joy with GE. Every cut so straight and true, confidence in what we do. I love quilting. G Design sets me free. I love quilting. Stripology harmony. Line it up and let it glide. Watch those perfect pieces slide. Oh, I love quilting. Sewing community.